podcast today. Um, I have not read any of the article that we're about to read, so I want you all to have my first take reaction on it, but it is brought to us by BBC.com. So, just to go and post this announcement, this video, this stream link. Second. There. Find. Oh, there we go. So while I do this, I'm going to tell you that today I am actually going in a few hours, actually about 3 hours, 3 hours exactly. I'll be leaving to go see Sonic the Hedgehog movie that released yesterday. So I would have gone yesterday to see it, but or last night, or whenever it released. But I'm pretty sure it was sold out, so I didn't even try. But I'll be doing a podcast review on that on this channel later, either tonight or tomorrow, possibly, most likely tomorrow. Not sure. Then again, most likely might be tonight, so we'll definitely see in regards to that. There we go. So yeah, today's article again is brought to us by BBC, and the headline is the first headline, because for those of you who don't know, BBC likes to do, which others might do it as well. I'm not really sure. I mainly rely on BBC because that's the only one that really loads up properly. If I try CNN, it just wants to keep refreshing to the top of the page as I try and scroll down. So, yeah. But it's official. Search for ET must be taken seriously, which I would think, why not? Why wouldn't it be taken seriously? And then the title, as it gets into it, like when you click on the link, is astronomers want public funds for intelligent life search. We'll go ahead and just read this article and then discuss. My computer wants to load the page properly. Hold on. Yes, we're playing The Sims 4 in the background. So. Yeah. It's almost done loading the page properly. Hopefully properly. Alright. No, refresh it, wait. And apparently the top story section, first coronavirus death confirmed in Europe. Chinese tourist has died in France from the new coronavirus. The first fatality outside Asia. That is not good. Hopefully it'll be the only fatality in Europe there. Or outside Asia. And hopefully fatalities stop if they're still going on in Asia. the coronavirus. I mean, obviously I want fatalities to stop worldwide, but that's not going to happen. So, alright. And the head of one of the U.S.'s national observatories says the search for intelligent life elsewhere in the universe needs to be taken more seriously. Dr. Anthony Beasley told the BBC that there should be greater government support for a field that has been shunned by government research funders for decades. His backing for the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, or SETI, marks a sea change in attitudes to a field regarded until recently as fringe science. Dr. Beasley made his comments at the American Association for Advancement of Science meeting in Seattle. Director of the U.S. National Radio Astronomy Observatory at Charlottesville in Virginia said that it was now time for SETI to come in from the cold and be properly integrated to all other areas of astronomy. Dr. Beasley's comments come as one of the private sector funders of SETI research announced that the Very Large Array, or VLA, observatory in Mexico would be joining the effort to detect signs of intelligent life on other worlds. The VLA is a multi-antenna observatory and home to what is regarded as one of the best-equipped telescopes in the world. According to Dr. Andrew Simeon, leader of the Breakthrough Listen Science team at the University of California, Berkeley's SETI Research Center, the incorporation of the VLA would increase the chances of finding intelligent life by 10 or even 100-fold. We are now set for the most comprehensive all-sky survey for extraterrestrial intelligence that has ever been accomplished, he told the BBC. Equally important, according to Dr. Simeon, is the credibility that the VLA's involvement brings to the field. We would like to see SETI transformed from a small cabal of scientists and engineers in California, isolated from academia, to one that is an integral part of astronomy and astrophysics as any other field of inquiry. Breakthrough Listen is a privately funded project to search for intelligent extraterrestrial communications throughout the universe. The 10-year project began in 2016, funded by the billionaire Yuri Milner to the tune of $100 million, or 77 million pounds. The UK's Astronomer Royal, Professor Lord Rees, is the chair of the organisation's International Advisory Group. He told the BBC that, given the multi-billion-pound Large Hadron Collider had not yet achieved its aim of finding subatomic particles beyond the current theory of physics, governments should consider modest funding of a few million pounds for SETI. I feel far more confident arguing the case for SETI than for a particle accelerator, he said. SETI searches are surely worthwhile, despite the heavy odds against success, because the stakes are so high. NASA once funded the search for extraterrestrial intelligence to the tune of $10 million a year, with probably 7 million pounds, I guess, around that. But the funding was scrapped in 1993 following the introduction of legislation by Senator Richard Bryan, who believed it to be a waste of money. This hopefully will be the end to the Martian hunting season at the taxpayer's expense, he said at the time. There has been no significant public funding for SETI in the U.S. or anywhere else in the world since, although so-called astrobiology searches for evidence of simple organisms from the chemical signatures in the atmospheres of other worlds receives increasing backing. At the time, the first 2 planets orbiting distant stars were discovered, but it was not known if this was the norm. We know that it is nearly 4,000 have been discovered to date. In this development, according to Dr. Simeon, that has persuaded many respected scientists that the search for intelligent life on other worlds should be taken more seriously. Ever since human beings have looked up at the night sky and wondered, is there anyone out there? We now have the capacity to answer that question, and perhaps make a discovery that would rank as the most profound scientific discoveries in the history of humanity. So, that's cool. I mean, like honestly, I think it definitely should get more backing. Now that now that we have the Space Force, moving forward and propelling, well, hopefully it's propelling our space exploration, because one of the goals of the Space Force is to defend our satellites and our stuff we have out in space, and as well as our allies' stuff in space. And yeah, it's mainly from the other countries, but it'd be good to know if there's any other planets out there that have intelligent life, and then if there's other intelligent life out there, which I am sure there is, then we can keep an eye and know that we can keep an eye on that planet and see if anybody starts coming from that planet, and then give us time to get in defensive positions. Not necessarily attack if they get close. We can wait and see, but we wouldn't be caught off guard. So definitely very interesting. So, like I said, so like I said earlier, I'm going to the Sonic the Hedgehog movie later today. I will hopefully be doing a podcast on my review on that. Hopefully happen later tonight, will be my guess. So do stay tuned. If you want to watch that, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. So I'll be on live with that tonight. Maybe not necessarily right when I get back. It'll probably be a few hours when I get back. But that will be tonight, and then tomorrow I might do some recording. Might do some streaming. I have DOIJ roleplay. If you want to join DOIJ roleplay, it is the 5th link in the description. So go ahead and click that interview server. This is where it'll send you to. Follow that, and yeah. So again, stay tuned, stay awesome. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell. Join the podcast server. Should be second link in the description. Go ahead and donate if you feel like helping us out. And yeah, we will catch you later. Thank you all so much for listening in.